It was the early hours of November 1st, 2001. A young woman in rabbit ears and glitter makeup stepped out of a car, waved to her friends, and walked toward her apartment door. She never made it inside. Her backpack and phone were left behind. Her purse, her keys, gone. No credit card use, no calls, no trace. To this day, no one knows what happened to Cindy Song, who vanished, still wearing her Halloween costume. This is the unsolved disappearance of Cindy Song. Hyun Song, known to everyone as Cindy, was born in South Korea and moved to the United States as a teenager. She was bright, artistic, and ambitious. By 2001, Cindy was 21, a student at Penn State University in State College, Pennsylvania. Her friends described her as outgoing but responsible. She loved fashion, music, and spending time with friends. She wasn't the type to disappear on a whim. On Halloween night, Cindy was excited. She dressed in a playful costume, a bunny outfit, complete with ears and white boots. She headed out with friends to a nightclub called Players. It was a typical college Halloween party. Music, dancing, and the chaotic energy of 1,000 students in costume. But by dawn, Cindy would vanish without a trace. Cindy partied with her friends until nearly 2 a.m. Afterwards, they stopped briefly at another friend's apartment to wind down. Around 4 a.m., Cindy's friends dropped her off at her own apartment on Clinton Avenue. This was the last confirmed sighting. Inside Cindy's apartment, investigators later found her backpack, cell phone, and the false eyelashes she'd worn with her costume. But her purse, with her ID, keys, and credit cards, was gone. That meant Cindy likely made it inside, set down her things, and then left again, for reasons unknown. If she did step out, where was she going? Still in costume, at 4 a.m. Police began searching immediately. Friends insisted Cindy was not the kind of person to run away. She was close to her family, planning her future, and had no history of just vanishing. Investigators discovered no unusual activity on her credit cards, no outgoing calls from her cell phone, no sightings around her college campus. Flyers were posted. Media covered her disappearance widely, and still nothing. A possible break came when a witness in Philadelphia, nearly 200 miles away, claimed to see a woman resembling Cindy being forced into a car in Chinatown. Unfortunately, that lead went cold quickly. Police could not confirm the sighting, and many doubted it was even her. Then, a darker theory emerged. In 2003, investigators learned of a man named Hugo Selensky, who had been arrested in Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. When police searched his property, they uncovered a mass grave with multiple bodies. A co-defendant claimed Selensky had kidnapped Cindy Song after Halloween kept her captive for days, and eventually killed her. According to this story, Cindy was buried on Selensky's property. When remains from the mass grave were tested, none of them matched Cindy. The claim was dismissed as unreliable, perhaps an attempt by Selensky's associate to reduce his own sentence. Still, many wondered, was Cindy one of Selensky's unknown victims? Or did her disappearance have nothing to do with him at all? The answer has never surfaced. The theories continue to swirl. Some believe Cindy went to a late-night store and was abducted on the walk. Others suspect she may have encountered someone she knew and left willingly, only to be met with danger. The Philadelphia sighting still nags at some investigators, though others believe it was just a coincidence. Over the years, police have re-examined the evidence from her apartment. DNA has been tested repeatedly, leads pursued. Yet no arrests have ever been made. Cindy's family and friends remain convinced she would have never run away. They believe she was taken against her will on that cold November morning. Taken by who and why? It remains a mystery. Today, more than 20 years later, Cindy Song's disappearance is one of Pennsylvania's most chilling unsolved cases. She has been declared legally dead, but her family continues to hope for some kind of closure. Each Halloween, her story resurfaces. The image of a smiling young woman in costume rabbit ears, walking away from a nightclub, and disappearing into the dark. Cindy's case reminds us of how thin the line is between safety and danger, between laughter with friends and a night that ends in silence. It reminds us of the questions that haunt the living. Who took her? Why has no trace ever been found? And will anyone ever speak the truth? If you have any information about the disappearance of Cindy Song, contact the Ferguson Township Police Department. Even the smallest tip could finally bring her family answers. Next week on Whisper and Dread, we turn to another Halloween crime, the brutal murder of Marvin Brandland, an elderly man confronted by a masked intruder who called him by name. A home invasion on Halloween night that still remains unsolved. Share your thoughts in the comments below and let your whisper join ours. And remember, the quietest voices often tell the loudest truths. Until next time, Curious Whisperer, this has been Whisper and Dread.